Okay, we're going to do a in bed with guitars video. It's been a long time. This is a guitar I took apart and was going to use the bridge from it on a project. That was going to be my episode, and then I had this big deal with the delivery service where they lost it in Indianapolis, and I never got it. It was a replacement guitar neck. It's the one time something that was that important was actually lost by the mail and set me back. But I was thinking of harvesting parts from this just for fun. Now, this is Labor Day weekend 2025, and so I'm just going to kind of wander around here. Maybe just give people an update for anybody who might watch my guitar videos. Maybe play a little guitar or a big guitar. So, yeah, this is the new heads I got. I finally got some Evans Hydros. They're oil heads, which are really thuddy and thick, and it's what I like. I even got the Evans UV1 for my snare, and really like how they sound. So this guitar here is one I've been playing lately, and you know, I stay in the bridge a lot, and so these guitars, this one, see if I can get it to focus on it real quick. Focus, there we go. It has the brass saddles, replacement knobs. It has really like hard knobs though. The knobs are like, I don't know, they're not easy to push. But and also the pickup, the bridge pickup died on me, so I put an old backup pickup that I had, and it's way different output than the other two pickups. And for whatever reason, the middle and neck pickups just sound crap, so I don't use them much. But this is one of the best playing cheaper guitars that I got. I got it from I think it was Butler Music. Got a lot of stuff from them, and it's from the series called Effin, the Effin Guitars, the company, I guess. And they have shirts that say "Don't touch my effing guitar." And this one is one called Lucky Penny, which honestly, this guitar is so good. I mean, I'd take the Pepsi challenge on it against Strats. As far as playability goes, it could use better pickups. So my goal with this guitar is faster knobs. I want to replace the pots, so it has faster pots. I want to put some nickel pots in it. I think it's time. And I might put the switch from this guy here into it, because this switch is really clicky hard. It's just a great clicky hard switch that I really like. Wow, this is going to be fun for the, you know, no focus having stuff here. This one I fixed in a video recently, and I've been playing on it and keeping it real. I've darkened some of the little spots on it. That was actually the last guitar I played. So yeah, so here's one of my computer stations here. This is my old school computer station. You know, how come nothing will ever focus? Is there like, what's going on? Did focus just stop? Did someone like send out a virus that makes everything never focus? Anyway, this is a 486 that I put together. I got this part once from a company online called Intergalactic Microsystems. So I went ahead and took that sticker and cut it out and put it on there. Wow, that looks like total crap. There we go. It's a AST Premium 433. It actually is a 486 DX 33. It runs great. I've got the 5 1/4, 3 1/2, and actually the 5 1/4 is the A prompt on this one. B prompt, it has 2 hard drives. This is D. It has a C prompt, has a CD-ROM, and it also has Windows 3.1 with Calmira, which makes Windows 3.1 look like and to a degree behave like Windows 95. Got my favorite kind of keyboard of all time, the Keytronic, and a nice little Gravis gamepad from back in the day. 800 XL painted orange. Dreamcast, double disc drives for the Atari. And that's the controller I'm currently using on my Atari, which this one button right here is all that works, is this guy right here. And this is a generic kind of like knockoff of the 6-button pad. It's not a real one. Got my modded Xbox, which is actually hooked up to this system, which is a server to it, which is an old Pentium 4 that I built a long time ago. It's my animation computer. Back here is a laptop I've talked about a couple of times. No screen, disk drive's broken, floppy drive's broken, 4 gigabyte hard drive. It's actually a Pentium 2 233 that's sped up to 300, and it has a AGP 2x ATI Rage Pro onboard graphics. So I've got a PCMCIA on the side that's hooked up USB, another connector for USB, a SD card reader. Its VGA out is hooked up to this screen. All of these systems collectively are hooked up to a KVM switch, which is down here. You probably can't even see it. And then I have this special converter box, which you also probably can't see, that converts RCA signals to VGA, and also RGB, stuff like that. Convert signals. But yeah, there's that converter box. That's HD game box. And you can see I have a switch box coming from the Dreamcast, and the Xbox connects right here. And then it comes up and connects to a KVM switch, and then that connects to a lot of stuff. This is a Genesis game flasher. And so, it can make Genesis games with certain cartridges. And then we have, that's a 52 gigabyte SD card that actually works with all of the systems, with the laptop, with the animation Xbox server computer, both of those together. So that I can trade files between them. Okay. This is a electronic, I don't know, what do they call it? I forgot. Let's see. It's a linear tracking turntable. So yeah, it's special. If you look, it doesn't have the arm that turns circular, like half circle. It actually has an arm that moves across like this. And it's really, really good. Sounds great. When I do music, I can record it through this, which is my Tascam Portastudio, recommended by a professional who has used studios to record music. And he said, if you need something just to record and you want studio quality, you want to be fast and easy and have all the options, this is the one to get. So I grabbed it up. The original ones had CD-ROM writer right here. And on mine, that's actually filled in, and this uses an SD card that plugs in back right there. So that's what I record. When you listen to my animation videos, if there's any music playing, it was made on this. Way over here, that's my main pedal. GNX workstation. It is a built-in 8-track, customizable, great presets, drum machine, everything. You can use it as a portable studio. I've actually seen videos on YouTube where someone did. Here's my rack, my rainbow rack of all of my guitars. All of them have been customized or manipulated somehow, except for maybe the Dean, the purple one, right there. All the rest of them have been, changed around and worked on. My wall here, which now has my my Ivanstein that I got a while ago. My worked on most recent pickup, Epiphone Studio LT, which is one of the best guitars. I love it. That's my Oscar Schmidt Gold Top, which I totally love. Oscar Schmidt's by Washburn, in case you think Oscar Schmidt is Oscar shit. It's actually Washburn. Back there, acoustic bass. We've got the MIDI keyboards and a MIDI guitar. That's an Alesis Vortex Wireless 2. Under it is a CME UF S or 5. I think it's S. Mixers. You're using to listen to records too. Carbon 49. This is my son's favorite MIDI keyboard. I'll take it over there. I got my studio headphones and some listening headphones somewhere around here. Lots of microphones. That's my 58 in case someone's brave enough to do vocals. We have a 57 for backup. We have two studio styles for picking up the top of the noise of the drums. We got a 57 for the floor and then a beta down here for the kicker. There's my +4 down there. I'm about to hook up some stuff. There's a really cheap pedal I've got that I actually really like the drum machine on it. A little Digitech kind of crappy one. That's so blurry. Let's see if it'll focus. It's trying. Yeah, focus. The whole world is just out of focus. I mean, and that's, okay, so rather than use the focus that's supposed to be able to see this stuff, I'm just going to squat down here and have it still not go into focus. Come on. There we go. It's, or not. Briefly there, Digitech, okay? It is a RP100R modeling guitar processor that is cheap, and, you know, anybody who doesn't care, just wants to make unlimited noises with a drum machine, get one, but don't blame me. Okay. So yeah, we've got my color computer. Pretty sure it's a 32K. 2018 at Games Genesis. It's the best one. Updated firmware, does Sega CD, Master System, Game Gear, Genesis, Mega Drive, everything. Got a real Model 1 Genesis, Saturn. Got my switch box that's hooked up to my recently acquired scaler, which is that blue box right there that's all blurry, that's next to the blue game system. Another Model 1 back there with a power base converter on top. And that box there is my coveted Slash Epiphone November Burst, which I totally love. One of my favorites. I love that guitar. It's where I sleep, where I do in bed with guitars. That's the case that I've got a Ibanez, really beautiful Ibanez guitar in. Love Ibanez. The net is for catching bats if they get in my bedroom. Okay, so yeah, ugh boo. There's my camera that I use to record my programming, because it's pointed at and zoomed in on the TV that I do the work on. That's my work computer on the right there with the yellow car mouse. This thing freaking sucks on focus. Seriously. Wow. It's just gump crap. Give me a break. Anyway, that's my work computer. I custom built it. That's my gaming computer that I custom built. Love the case. Laptop for bug out and for internet. Okay. All right. It's a photo my son took. That's secretly a dartboard that has pictures of my kids. All right. The systems, top left, Master System, Japanese Master System with a converter. Plays US games. That's, you can have US games with FM sound. 7800 3DO FC10, which is the best one. Model 1 Genesis, that's one that's been converted to a Mega Drive, Japanese Mega Drive. Got the PC Engine Super CD-ROM arcade card with EverDrive. Rare Sunnyvale 4 switcher for testing. Working VCR DVD players that sandwich a Magnavox CDI that also works. And I think one of these, this one, the DVD player, no longer works, but this one, both the VHS and DVD works. So this one still works with VHS. The Toshiba. The Tower of Power there. Sega Model 1, though, with a Model 2 CD player, 32X, and of course a Nintendo 64 with a big blocky gold controller. And this N64 has the 4 meg upgrade, but it also has a mod, an LED mod that like changes the LED to all different rainbow colors whenever the system's on. And play those through these nice CRT TVs. That's a newer CRT, got an old CRT, original NES with the switch box for everything. Down there we have the Model 1, that's funny, the Heavy Sixer, I guess Model 1 Atari model down here. So yeah, for testing. I fixed it recently in a video, but then something fell on it a while ago. My son accidentally knocked the fan over on it, and it popped one of the switches, so I'll have to fix that. Big wall of games. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Master System, Mega Drive, Famicom, PS2, Xbox, computer, PlayStation, Atari, 7800, just a ton of games. More games over here behind that chair. And we have a Rainbow Junior with a modded Vader that needs fixed. My first prototype arcades machine. Right now this has Xbox 360 in it, which is one of my 10-year-old son's favorite systems. Okay, let's go ahead and and then this is my animation room. So this little desk I do animation on. I haven't done any real animation in a while. And as you can see, I've got some characters here waiting for animation. A custom-made Lucky 13 Wolverine with Deadpool. The rest are custom. So this is supposed to be kind of like, I don't know, maybe the guy from Die Hard or something. He's got the white t-shirt with blue jeans and a gun. That's going to be like Spider-Gwen, Joker, got a katana-wielding guy back there. Some Super Go-Bots, which I really love. This one has the top off, so you can actually see the cockpit there. And then my little Jawa army with Batman. And this is a different computer I've got. It's an Optiplex 755, and it can be used for animation, but also on top of it is a chip flasher that we use to make Atari games or to flash chips. In these cabinets and in these drawers, there's lots of toys and stuff to make toys with. I have a massive Transformers collection with all kinds of just toys everywhere. Let's see if I can get it to focus on that. There we go. That's the new Castle Grayskull. I really like it. Got the Ghostbusters down there. A whole bunch of comic books that I collect. More Transformers. Those are 1/6 scale figures that are custom that most of them I made. Some of them I bought. And more Transformers. That's up there. Some of the masterpiece size that are from different companies like DX9 and stuff like that. And in this cabinet we have toys. Got some Best Action, BST, AXN, and then the remakes of the Turtles, original Deadpool, original Wolverine with the ring mask. Some other smaller scale G.I. Joe style figures mixed in with some reaction and all kinds of other figures. Lots of different scales. He-Man scale figures. Up here, more Transformers. That's actually the prototype of that before it was officially released. You press his head and his little power beam lights up. That's Spider-Gwen. That's the knockoff Spider-Gwen. I really love that figure, though. I modified it. Okay. Coffee's done. All right, so I'll go ahead and turn that off. And then over here, some more cool toys. I like these vehicles because G.I. Joes can fit in them. And other of that scale. So I have some of those. Got that Hot Wheels all metal Batmobile back there. And then the newer Batmobile that I really love. This is my favorite one. It's lightweight. This slides back. I love this Batmobile. It's perfect. Matches up with the Ecto one. And then of course back there we have the DeLorean. Time travel DeLorean. More vehicles. And we got some more Transformers. Some of the Beast box Transformers. Some of the Dollar General toys you can get with the Batmobile in there. More Transformers, some rare ones in here. And then the Golden Girl set. These are like a precursor to She-Ra that actually match the He-Man scale. If you notice, She-Ra figures are too small of a scale to mix in with He-Man figures, which I thought was kind of a blunder on their part. Some of my newest toys, I restored this. When I was a kid, I had this, and we had a cardboard wing made for it because it was missing its wing, and then maybe a year or so ago, I got a little bit of money, and so I looked up a replacement wing and went ahead and fixed that up. And some of these old Odd Lots Transformers. This Transformer, actually, if you put a battery in it and hit the button on his chest, makes truck engine noises and truck startup noises, and it's a helicopter. Let's see if we can get this to focus. So yeah, we've got Batwoman, Batman, got Oscar riding a Junkion. An old, this was from the video where I restored a Voltron toy. He's my leftover from that restoration. Got the post-resurrection Superman, the Batman who plays guitar, like a death metal Batman, Robin, super cool Robin. Favorite DC character of all, on his bike with his dog and a guitar. Got some more of those from the video where I restored Voltron. So yeah, my animation room. But also where I can work on toys and make toys and stuff. That's an upgraded Ultra Magnus with some parts that add the white semi and just make them all around look better. The head's on a ball joint. The transform mode has a real semi on the front. So just lots of improvements. A lot of my favorite toys in here. Chromacast is the company that makes stuff for Sawtooth. Huh? Yeah. Sawtooth is the company who Michelangelo Badio was playing with, and they made custom guitars for him. He did like a series of his own guitars. So the adventure with them bones, or what's it called on Doom?
Bye Bye American Pie.
Okay, yeah. The song Bye Bye American Pie on the game Doom is the same as Them Bones or Dem Bones.
Dem Bones.
Yeah, well, I actually saw it spelled both ways today when I was looking up the lyrics. By Alice in Chains, which is Jerry Cantrell's band from the 90s during the alternative craze. So.
And it goes like. Okay, I have not played in a little bit.
Haven't played yet today.
Yeah. That's that. I just messed up a lot there. I think it needs tuned. I'm gonna tune this real quick. Who's that?
I think they probably played it in drop D tuning.
Sounds fine.
So that's the Protege that I showed in an earlier video. That's a classical guitar. So he's actually playing on mostly plastic strings, but some metal. I think the top two are metal round wound, and maybe the top three are metal round wound, and then they're vinyl. And it actually has a pretty strong resonance. It resonates. Good sound. And so story goes, we're outside. I was walking around looking at the cameras and checking them. Went ahead and took my acoustic outside and thought, hey, what if I figure out that song? Because Nick listens to doom music a lot. And he played that one day. And I said, you know what? That's an Alice in Chains song. And then I played the Alice in Chains song on the internet. And he was like, yeah, that's exactly the same. It is exactly the same. And so then the other day I was outside. And that's okay. I'll just talk while you're playing. And so I came inside and got my acoustic. And went outside and I said, okay, let's see if I can figure it out. I figured it out in less than a minute with the power chords. And then he tried it on my acoustic and on, oh goodness, like endless guitars. I think you played it on a Bronco bass, an acoustic bass. What's that bass called that your mom has?
U-bass?
A U-bass that's got like rubbery strings on my custom Strat copy, on a Glary guitar, on a Sawtooth guitar, on two acoustic guitars. So he's played it on everything now. And this is on his classical guitar. He hasn't warmed up it. He's first time he's played today.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do some never mind. I'm gonna start. Yes, the guitar.
Yep. Now before that, Nick played a couple of little things by, I think like an A chord kind of shape with his fingers. So this is the most advanced guitar song that he's played. He's learning power chords. And so this is his beginning first song. Here in 15 years, we'll have videos of him like, fretboard tapping and pick scraping and, playing all kinds of crazy advanced stuff probably. But this is the very beginning of power chords for Nick. And before that, we tried to do some power chords here and there just to get a feel for it, but nothing spiked his interest in those power chords more than the ability to play the Doom song. And so I think a better way to put it would be that we're playing Bye Bye American Pie.
It's the name of a real song, but it also is a real song. But there's the name of the other song is also a real song that's completely different and has nothing to do with Alice in Chains.
Well, but other than they probably got permission from Alice in Chains to even do that, because it is clearly the exact same song.
Yeah.
Like it is.
The song Alice in Chains made was in 1992. And two was in. My sister came in. So, the Alice in Chains song that they made was in 1992, and then Bye Bye American Pie for Doom 2 was in 1994. So they probably did need permission.
Yeah, sure. So what brand is that? I forget what brand guitar that is.
I don't think
It says inside the belly of it, in the hole, the sound hole.
Protege.
But there's what's above it? What brand name is above it?
By Cordoba.
Cordoba.
I thought it was Cordoba.
I think it's Cordoba. But whatever. Yeah. Now there's a guy online now who's a classical guitarist, and his gimmick is that he's the stereotypical self-centered, snooty, know-it-all classical guitarist, and that everyone sucks except him, and he's the best classical guitarist in the world, and he points out how all of their music is terrible, and he's attacked everyone. No one is safe from him. So he talked about how all Michelangelo Badio ever does is play scales, which isn't 100% true. I mean, he hasn't listened to his other works, but it is true that he plays scales a lot, or that what Yngwie Malmsteen is doing isn't necessarily really good. But, you don't hear him play a lot. What's his name? Sore Hands. I guess there's like a popular classical guitarist whose name is Sore, S-O-R. And so he went to school for classical guitar. We're playing the classical guitar in a way that is probably not permitted, recommended, or endorsed by classical guitarists. We're playing it like a normal guitar, using power chords and stuff. But this guitar does have, I don't know, like an appealing resonance. I think it projects well. Yeah. I like it. I noticed it also has a Gibson-esque open book style headstock. And, yeah. Yeah, it kind of resembles Gibson at the top a little bit. Cool.
And I'm not used to this because there's only 3 fret markers. And
yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right there. And so it's kind of hard to remember because whenever I play it on an electric guitar, I immediately know what chord is, what the chord are. But now it's just a lot harder to do that.
Do you want to play it on electric guitar?
Yeah, sure. Let's try that out. So we got this electric guitar, and then we're going to show the song. I play the song. And that felt a lot better.
Oh yeah, I imagine it's easier to push on those strings than on a classical guitar.
Actually, it's a little harder to.
Oh yeah.
But it's a lot easier to tell what note I'm playing because it actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It has fret markers for all of the frets. Yeah. Well, you know, for all of the in-between frets. I guess that's the proper way to put it. But...
And I like this guitar a lot, and it has a baseball on it.
Yep, it's got blurry just now. Let me see if I can't get it to focus. I don't know why this is... Everything's out of focus now in my life. Like, all my cameras are out of focus, and... Here, I'll just go like that. One of you guys, you or Penny, was awarded a sticker in class and came home and said, "I have a present for you, Papa." I think it was Penny, and they gave me that baseball sticker. And I was thinking of my blue guitar that's sky blue, and I thought it looked like a baseball flying through the sky. So that's how that happened.
Yeah.
And it really looks good on camera. It looks like a baseball flying through the sky.
Yeah. Another shred session. Sounds a lot better with metal. Who would have thunk it?
Oh yeah, with the distortion on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Distortion. It even sounds good without distortion.
It's a very percussive arrangement. It's almost like you're beating the guitar like a set of drums. It's a lot of like pounding rhythmic.
I played the guitar for bass for a little bit like that. So I just mute this.
Yeah, that's what you should. Maybe go back towards the bridge with your palm. Yeah, there you go. No, lower. Try the 12th fret.
12.
2 dots.
Okay. Here.
Right there. Yep. I think 12th fret's the easiest harmonics, maybe. I noticed that too. It's a heavy Strat. It's a high quality guitar. When I got it, I was kind of blown away at how great it was. Now I got a deal on that guitar that you don't usually see. It was around 200, but it came with a ChromaCast hard shell case and a strap and all kinds of extra stuff with it. The case alone was worth between like 60 and $100 at least. And the guitar usually sold for like, 150, 160 bucks at the time. But since then, Sawtooth has changed, and they got some good guitars. They got a lot of different guitars. They're good. I mean, they're a couple steps above the cheap, crappy ones. Like, they're definitely better than Glary's. Okay, they're like considerably better than Glary guitars. But since then, I've done work to that guitar. I did the frets, level crown polish. Did the nut to kind of get the action a little bit better. I added roller saddles on it. And then I put 2 custom chrome knobs under the volume knobs. So the 2 tone knobs are both chrome. And then the one thing I did that changed the sound more than anything was I added a baseball sticker. That was that one made it howl. So yeah. Now I also might have shimmed the neck. I don't remember. I do shim guitars occasionally to get really, really good low action. And that guitar has very, very good action. Yeah, it plays great, sounds great. Now people were complaining that they didn't like the Sawtooth name. Like, if you could just change the name of it. To that, I said, well, they don't mean sawtooth like a saw. They mean it like a wavelength. If you look at a visible wavelength of sound, like it looks like a saw. It looks like a saw, especially distorted music. The distorted sound wave bisected, looked at through a graph or something, looks like a sawtooth shape. So, if anything, it's an appropriate name for an electric guitar. The wave pattern that you're creating with an electric guitar is usually a sawtooth pattern. Looks like you dropped your pick.
Yeah, I did that while I was trying to do a chord. Yeah. Yeah. So that's this guitar, and that's that song.
Yep.
That's the song I learned.
It's Dem Bones, or if you're learning about it through the Doom side of it, it's Bye Bye American Pie, which sounds deceptively a lot like the folk rock song, Miss American Pie, I think is what it's called. There's a Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. That's a cool song. Everyone's heard that. I'm sure more people have heard that than Them Bones by Alice in Chains. But I would have to say that Them Bones by Alice in Chains, it's one of those songs where it gets in your head and then you are going to make that noise all day long. Ever since I started listening to it again, I'm downstairs doing dishes, and I'm like making lunch, and I'm feeding the guinea pigs. The guinea pigs are like, I look out at the cat. The cat's like meow, 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 meow. I'm listening to the birds tweet, 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 tweet. It's like it gets everywhere. It doesn't go away. You can't get it out of your head.
Like
no
at
matter.
school, I even memorized the chords, and it's like I'm like.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. Now I don't know if they're using drop D tuning, where drop D tuning, for anybody that doesn't know, it's where your fat E string is actually tuned down to D. And certain famous guitarists like Eddie Van Halen did it so much that he actually invented a bridge called the drop D tuna. And like tuna like a fish. That's what it's called, drop D tuna. And what it was either an attachment you could buy for your floating bridge, or they sold bridges that had the attachment already built in, where by turning a knob, it would automatically drop your E string to a D, and then by turning it the other way, it would lock it back into E, very easily. It was at the end of the bridge. Sounds cool and everything. And then, of course, what people did, including him, without that, technological feat, was just learn by feel how to detune that string immediately you know, whenever you need to. It adds a lower, deeper, chunkier sound to your chords, so it fits in with rock and with metal. And it was used, you know, extensively throughout the 80s and 90s. And I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Them Bones is at least drop D, but possibly drop D with like half step or quarter step lower tuning for everything. Anything to get a lower, chunkier, more percussive sound from the instrument. So it's a more like rolling, trolling, kind of crunchy, low, guttural. It's very drum-like. You know, the chord arrangement and the sound is very like percussive. Now, a friend of mine in school named Brian said that all instruments are percussion. And he said that regularly. And, you know, of course, anyone's going to have an easy time saying no, because percussion is the section in band where they play drums. So that's not true. But the truth is, at the analytical level, when you're blowing on the reed of a woodwind, percussion is happening on the edge of the reed. When you're hitting the string on a guitar, percussion is happening on the string of the guitar. So when you sing, percussion is happening to your vocal cords. All sound, then, therefore, or expressions of sound, are a form of percussion. But most definitely, all musical instruments are percussion. So, you want to play it one more time?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. All right.